Hi, how you doing? My name is Roderick Williams, aka Roderick Gilprice, which is the name of my clothing line. It says I want to invite you guys to my world. I want to give you a little insight of who I am as a designer. This is my studio. This is the back room where I'm usually here when I'm tired of the general public. Here's my patterns. Here's where I keep some fabric. Now we're going to head more towards the out part. This is where our cutting table. This is where we do a lot of other stuff. You know, more people comes here and helps me, and we have a little bit more room. And when I need an escape, I go back there. So look around. We do everything here. We cut, we sew, we do patterns from scratch. I have a lot of experience in the fashion industry. I've worked with sewing contractors. Not only worked with them, I've actually went there and sat next to the sewer and learned those little details. This goes a long ways. This helps you bang down those seams when you're trying to get a straight stitch. Here's fabric. These are all woven fabrics that I have here. These are considered the top. There is no better fabric than woven, what I have here. I'm thankful for this opportunity to be able to receive this type of fabric because it gives me an edge. My clothing line is more of a Victorian style. This is what Jose's wearing. I'm inspired to bring that whole Victorian style to a period where we can understand it now. It's classic clothing with twists. You know, you can take this piece off. It's a classic Western, or you can leave it on. Ty's wearing, same again, more Victorian, inspired by the Renaissance period. If you notice, like if I take these all off, it sort of brings that whole French Renaissance period to life. It actually comes off very Napoleon. And here's some of my women's stuff that the beautiful model is wearing. I'm more inspired with the women's by the Japanese designers. I like the Ann and Millie Meisters. I love the top Japanese designers. I like those pieces that flow nicely. That's not constricting, that gives the woman, if she goes up a pound this month, she still can wear this. If she goes down a pound, she still can wear this, and it still looks elegant. That's the inspiration I have for the women. I try not to give it too tight or too big. Very sexy fabrics. This is actually a handkerchief linen. It's very thin, it breathes very nicely. And me, I'm wearing all leather. My pants, everything. This is more my style. I'm very extreme in fashion. I love fashion. I would love the opportunity to show the world who I am. I think the world needs to see me. It's my time to brag, and this is who I am. I come here every day, and I cut, I sew, I work. I have people coming in and out. I take the line, I try to get it out there in the world. My finances always is bigger than my ideas, but hopefully you guys will pick me up and I won't have that problem anymore. But still in all, I love to do what I do. I love to do what I do. Here's my woven fabrics. I like working with a lot of wovens because it doesn't go away when you wash it. The colors stay strong. The fabric is intertwined together. It's very strong. And this is who I am. This is what I do. I'm American. I'm married. I have a little daughter. And my main goal is that I think that I have a product that's very competitive in the fashion industry. My line can be very versatile. I can design a line for Bloomingdale's. I can design a line for high-end boutiques. I can design a line for Macy's. My patterns are very versatile. I take my basic patterns and I go extreme with them. You know, I take my basic patterns and I go extreme by adding leather, by adding some jewels, some emeralds. And this is who I am. My customers, I cater to a small environment of people here in New Haven. And I would like the opportunity to be able to take New York by storm. I would like the opportunity to be able to see my line all over the place in New York. Roderick Williams' first real experience to the fashion world was when I got the opportunity to leave the East Coast to go to the West Coast and learn about, I worked with a company where they had a huge denim line. They shipped all over the world, Japan, everywhere. And the company was young, and I got aboard the company when it was growing. And it gave me the opportunity to be able to do multiple things. I would go to the contractor and look at the pockets and line up the pockets to make sure that everything was going according to the sample. That was quality control. I did the production. I had to go and pick it up from the cutter, take it from the cutter to the sewer. I had to go to the dye house. Like, that company really gave me a full understanding of the whole picture. I didn't just like stay in one area for 5 years or to go to graduate to the next area. I kind of got thrown into the fire, into the sea with the big fish, and I kind of had to swim. And it kind of molded me into who I am today, which I'm very thankful for, because the job didn't pay me extraordinary numbers, but it gave me the opportunity to learn the gift, to learn the whole process of how a garment comes together on a highly manufactured level. And I use that today. I'm a manufacturer. I learned how, when I go to the manufacturers, I would sit next to the sewer and find out little things about fashion and size sewing that I needed to know. You know, and those gave me the edge, because you can't learn that in school. That experience was everything. Watching them do it every day, going to the contractors, watching the people, watching the bolts of fabric go from one place to another. This was amazing for me. Like, fabric shopping, I love just as much as designing. I give fabric just an equal amount of respect as I give sewing. They go hand in hand. One is not better than the other one. Without one, you can't do the other one. So like, when I go fabric shopping, I really love wovens. I really love to feel the texture of the fabrics. Like, I'm really, really passionate about fashion. This is not an act for me. People here in New Haven knows that this is Roderick every day. I'm very, very into this. I can do this for the rest of my life. I chose a profession that I can honestly stay involved with for the rest of my life. And that was my goal. What can Roderick do for the rest of his life and enjoy this world? I can do fashion. I can work 10 hours. I can work 11 hours. And never get tired. Style jacket, which I'm really like motivated with the old styles from Middle Ages to Egypt to Rome to Greece. I believe that, from reading, that fashion has derived from those points. Fashion has grown from those ancient societies, because they wore one clothes their whole life. If you was a doctor, you wore a doctor's uniform. If you was this, you wore that uniform. So I kind of like to be inspired, like, on those type of clothing. The best made clothing, the best styles, the best influences comes from me from that. So, here's some pieces. This is fine linen, and it has like a wax over it. And you can see the linen texture here on the side. I'm all about the fabric, because I believe that you can sew all day. If the fabric is not special, to go with the special style of sewing, it doesn't get the whole oomph that you're looking for. You need the whole oomph to bang. And you really need that, everything to come together. Design, plus the fabric. And if you notice here, we work with a lot of French seams. We do a lot of seams that you cannot see. Here's a men's tuxedo. Again, you know, tuxedo jackets has been around for a very long time. And this one I did in a wax denim. I figured that you could wear this swing coat during the day with a pair of jeans, and you can get your money out of it, because traditionally when people wear tuxedo jackets, what happens is they go to a special event. This one, you can go to a special event, or you can just simply wear it out to a bar. It's made of denim. So I kind of broke it up there. Here's my private fabrics. I can't wait to work with this one. I think I'm gonna do a men's blazer. Like, I like to have choices. Fashion is about choices. I cannot just have one fabric and just do everything out of this one fabric. I have to have the choice. I can do a whole line out of here. The colors goes together. I can do a whole line out of here. So I kind of organize my rolls of fabrics in a way where I can just pull everything down and start creating a clothing line. That's what, it's gotta be fast. It's gotta be thought ahead of time. I'll give you a little history about where I came from. I grew up in Coney Island, and I would come to New Haven, Connecticut as a child. My parents would send me here. If not here, it would be down south in Birmingham, Alabama. I have a daughter, I have a beautiful wife, and this is what we do. This is what we do every day of our life. My wife comes here and helps. My daughter comes here and helps. This is a family business. So hopefully fashion star can give me the opportunity to show my work to the world, I would really love that. I've been going through a lot of sacrifices to keep this going, to keep this alive. This is not easy. This is not like you come in here and sew. It costs electric to keep these machines going. You know, the reason why I stay in a small town is because of the fact that I have a clientele and I can cater to that clientele and kind of make money. But what I would love to do is to be able to have a cushion to be able to work with a company so that I can get more internationally known. That's my goal in fashion, is to work for a fashion house or to become a top fashion counselor or something good in fashion. And I don't have to stay here. I'm here because this is where I make my little bread and butter, and I have my machineries, and I can keep mobile.